So, over the span of my life, I've had a lot of really vivid dreams. In fact, I even wrote a whole series of short stories based on dreams that I had. I would wake up first thing in the morning and write about that dream that I have. And perhaps it's because of that, or perhaps it's because I didn't have any friends, so I played with myself a lot as a kid. But my dreams have always been really intense, and last night was no exception. You see, last night I had one of these really vivid dreams, as I do pretty much all the time, which sounds great in theory, and when it's a good dream, it is, but the thing about last night's dream, well, it was a nightmare. Now, when most people talk about their nightmares, they're honestly kind of lame in comparison to some of the nightmares I've had in the past. Most people talk about nightmares like waking up for a test late, or I don't know, going to school only in your underwear, or, giving this big speech and forgetting it. My nightmares are a little more creative. One of my more vivid nightmares, one that I still think of this day and still haunts me, is me walking through what seems to be this endless neighborhood. And it's basically abandoned. Every street looks the same. It's sort of Tim Burton-y in this sort of way. And I'm walking through this neighborhood, just doing my thing, and I see far ahead these kids playing with a ball. I only see the back of their heads. And for some reason, I feel the urge to walk up to them. I'm just walking that direction, so it seems like the thing to do. And as I walk closer, they ask if I want to play, and I say sure. And when these kids turn, I see that they don't have a face. It's basically just, it's just like a blank spot where a face should be. And it still terrifies me. I don't know why. I don't know what that means. I don't know the symbolism of it. I'm not some sort of Freudian psychoanalyst, but it was absolutely terrifying. And I remember running away in that dream, and these kids, these maniacal, evil, faceless children running after me. Maybe that has something to do with, I don't know, possible future parenthood or something. I don't know. It was a pretty intense dream, but that's not the dream I had last night. Last night's dream, well, as I've said before, it was pretty intense, and I'm not going to describe too much of it because it's pretty graphic and pretty gory, and probably one of the darkest nightmares I've ever had. But the crux of it is that I'm in this room with, I don't know, 4 or 5 other people, and there is this small child, an infant, and there is forced cannibalism involved, and long and short is I'm the one who's forced to cannibalize. You can kind of gather the rest. It was pretty graphic, it was pretty intense, and thinking about it just, I know it was just a dream. I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything, but sure hope I don't have that dream again. So today is Emily and I's wedding anniversary, 2 years now, although we've now been together for a decade. And she's in Reno, and I'm here in Indianapolis. And I'll probably be here in Indy for another 2 months at least, if not longer. Which sucks. Now, because we live in the 21st century, we can call and Zoom and text and FaceTime and stream movies together and all sorts of things. It's certainly better than being back in the 1940s, or even worse, 1840s, or any time before that. But seeing her on a screen, whether it be this big or however big, it's not the same. Now I know it's only for a couple of months, and I get to spend the rest of my life with her, which I'm super happy and lucky and excited about. It's just, I don't know. Brandon left this morning. I don't leave the apartment much. I'm so busy with work. I don't really have any hobbies. I don't have anyone to tell me to stop doing things. I just miss Emily. Emily was always good at getting me to just stop for a minute, to pause, take a break from work. I may get mad at her, angry with her, but she's the only one that could ever get me to stop. And that's something. Now, it's not like I'm gonna go insane or anything like that. Emily and I have been apart for months before, when I lived in New York City and when I lived in Denver, Colorado. And I made it through, although those were different situations because I went somewhere every day. I was in school basically 7 days a week. I was constantly seeing people or living with people. So this experience is new, and today is day one. Brandon just left this morning, as I just said, but I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people live alone. I think the idea of it's nice, but I'm just not really any good at it. So here's to hoping I see Emily soon.